How you doing, guys? Welcome back. Hope you're all well. Apologies I've not touched on gods for a couple of days. But yeah, everything that's been going on with Bitcoin, and we've had some other tokens that have been taken off. So forgive us that as a team we've had to focus on our own portfolio, and check out the new videos to see what's bullish, what's moving, and ones that I'm really hot on at the moment. So what's been happening with gods? So from the last video, we had this support channel that we kind of needed to stay in as a significant zone of support and resistance. Like once we're above it, we're away and gone. Once we're below it, we're really below it. So I'm just going to zoom out to the daily. Ouch. Okay, I'm just going to zoom down to check out some stats to make sure I'm correct. And the all-time low was 261 historically, and yeah, we have made gods is not alone. But we have put in a new all-time low, and the previous was 261, and the current is 191, which is circa 70 cents lower. So where are we now? Fortunately, we didn't want to stay there. We've wicked down, we've moved higher, we've essentially come back to see if we've got some support with the new low, which we did. Consolidation pattern, swing, and we have burst through the cloud, which is absolutely tremendous. So what to look for now? We have been rejected at the 263 mark, which I would argue 263 comes in at the previous all-time low, but obviously this platform's got it as 261, but obviously we've got some significant resistance here, so that's going to have to change from being green support to red resistance, unfortunately. And what we really need to see now will be a level of consolidation within the 250 and 263 area, and a nice break higher up to 29, and then again another level of consolidation. And we need to see this consolidation because we need to build that platform to move higher from, and I think once we've got that, we should see a move back into this channel, and that's our happy zone. While Bitcoin is behaving as it is and threatening to go lower, we need to get back up here as soon as possible, or we're going to be putting in a back test here at 190, and we could possibly go lower. And I would not be able to tell you from this moment how low we could go, but what I will say is when we previously lost the all-time low, we came down 24%. So if we had a 24% drop from the new all-time low, that's bringing us down to 145. So I'm going to put 145 in, and I'll draw a nice little rectangle that this would be our zone. So essentially, if we were to lose this support at 194 and we fell into here, this would be our expected stop zone. We could have a bounce and move higher from any point at all, but if we were to essentially fall off the table, I'd expect us to stop circa the 146 mark. Any lower and your guess would be as good as mine. But I would like to say that if we were in a similar sense when we made this new all-time low, we had a little bit of protection bounce, retest and moved on with strong momentum, I'd expect a similar pattern to play out. So I'll draw that in as a worst case scenario. and fingers crossed we do not ever have to see anything that looks like that. Now I've drawn it a little rougher, but if it was to happen, that's what it would pretty much look like when the time came, and we don't ever want to see that. So this I'm going to mark green, as I do think that will play out more likely than not, that we'll have a little bit of consolidation, may come back and back test off the Ichimoku and then bounce higher. So this could happen in a sooner time frame. It would be nice to see it happen in a sooner time frame, but equally, as we've moved quite high quite quickly, we would want to build a foundation to move higher. If we were to push up again and then come back and consolidate above the 262 mark, that would be fine, but we just need to see that foundation being built now, because at the moment, quite literally, we're above the clouds, and what goes up must come down, so we don't want to see that repeat. Okay, best of luck everyone. Not financial advice, but I hope I've covered what I hope to happen, expect to happen, as long as Bitcoin holds, and it's positive for gods. But if Bitcoin decides to have a really big downturn, and on Tuesday that's a possibility, this is essentially what could happen: a wick back to this zone, possibly lower, and if we go lower, this is what I roughly expect to see play out. This brings us up to the 26th of Jan, which, yeah, I think this is quite a fair estimation of what could happen. I'm just going to pull that a little more sideways. And best of luck, not financial advice. Please do like and subscribe, and you'll see a few more gods coming from me than you have been in the last few days. Take care.